breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lies, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the
What's up, everybody? Sunday Night Live with Louie. We'll give everybody a minute to log in here. It's a little countdown timer. So this is some footage from Pinellas County. We had Ada a couple years ago.
They don't understand.
What's up, Shelly?
Mike's got a friend.
What's up, David Phillips? That's right. Ida's anniversary tomorrow. What's up, Mary? Jason? Julie? Robin? What's up, Yo-Hell? What's going on, Mr. Down South? Dee Dee? What's up, Hazel? Stacy?
Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm, or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about.
What's up there, Ron? Appreciate it, man. What's up, Dale? Dale. Sheila. South Carolina and we do, buddy. What's up, Lisa from Beaufort, South Carolina? You gonna visit me, Karen? All right, how about that? Remember that storm? That was Ada here at home 2 years ago. The no-name storm that completely caught everybody off guard here in Pinellas County. That was footage. So what's going on, everybody? It's a special Sunday night. Hope everybody's doing great. Hopefully ready for the week ahead. We got tropics to talk about. We only go live when there's something to talk about at night. We always go live in the mornings at 9:19 a.m. usually, unless I'm in Daytona. So we'll be live tomorrow. I know we got the big launch tomorrow. We'll be watching that closely. Hopefully they get it off. A couple little issues. I think Shelly sent me a link. They're worried about a little something they repaired. Maybe. Weather looks good, though. So let's talk weather. So yeah, so who am I? I'm Mike from Mike's Weather Page. Welcome. I've been doing this a long time. We are not official. Just putting that out there. So no official information. Not going to tell you to evacuate. I'm not going to tell you to board up windows. I'm not going to pinpoint locations to zip codes. I'd like to, but I can't. We're going to talk about what's going on in the tropics. So this is what we got right now. Look at this. There we go. Holy moly. Look at all the color on the NAC map today. That's the 2 o'clock advisory. So we're going to get into everything, I promise. We'll kind of keep it more direct on these little lives when we have something brewing in the tropics. So this is my boy. We're going to put him down now. He is the man. Still looking for a marketing partner because he would be the most marketable dog on the planet. He can sit through it. He could probably sit through a hurricane if I told him to sit still. I wasn't even going to show the dogs. I usually only show the dogs in the morning. Hey, by the way, cheers to Red Bull. My buddy hooked me up. I got a whole bunch of Red Bull for the season. So let's crack open. No vodka, just Red Bull. I promise. Thank you, Sammy. All right, so the tropics. Listen, we do have something kind of getting everybody worked up. Whoa, what the heck was that? A whole bunch of... What happened there? We just got a whole bunch of waves on my Twitter thing. And by the way, we're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, obviously, and Twitter. So welcome, everybody. We just hit 50,000 followers on Twitter. That's a big number. 50,000, man. We're growing. It's awesome. All right, so in a nutshell, here's the deal. This is the one we're going to watch and talk the most about. This is called Invest 91. This is what got everybody worked up. There is a chance it could be coming here. There's a chance that it could do this. There's a chance that it could do this. It could stop over the Bahamas. We're going to go on all that. Too much uncertainty right now, long range with this. It's 10 days out. People are always worried about timing. Let me tell you, here's the deal. Thursday, Friday, right here. TF. Somewhere here, possibly next Tuesday, let's say. So that's kind of been the latest timestamps. That's Thursday, Friday, so it'd be, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that, in a nutshell, it could change, but that's what we're looking at. And this is Invest 91. This little guy is Invest 92. Have no idea what the heck, where that came from. It's definitely influencing our system pull a little bit to the north, but it's not really going to do anything. But there are spaghetti models, and it's on the site. Not going to do anything. It's just in the middle Atlantic. This is our next wave. It's interesting. We ain't going to talk about that one. There's another one coming in after that. We ain't going to talk about that one. This is the big question mark of the year right here. We got to talk about it a little bit. The GFS has gone bonkers, showing a development, possibly even in Texas, Mexico. The only model showing it is the GFS. So, man, I'll show it, but the likelihood is very small right now. But the NAC's got it marked at 20%. So that's the deal. We got 4 things out there, 20%, 70%, 10%, and 20%. Boom, 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 boom. That looks like 7, but it's actually 2. That's a 20. And that's a 20, and not 70. So it's 20, 20, 20, 20, 70. All right. That's that. All right, let's take a look at a couple other things here. All right, so let's jump right into it and talk about it. So here is a good look at what we're going to be focusing on this whole little live. It might not be a fish storm, Ryan. No. This is the current lower level winds, very well defined. My experience and what I've seen over the years, when we have good low level circulation like this, it's very, very likely that we're going to see development. Low level circulation over the Atlantic, entering the Western Atlantic, definitely something to watch. So this is the latest. And it looks very, very healthy. This is, 850 millibar. Got some spinach. Got a little 700 spinach, too. So that's a 700 millibar. So it's definitely got the spinach. And there you go. So let's look at the latest spaghetti models. Here on Tropical Tidbits, these are your 18Zs. These just came out a little bit ago, about 3:30 Eastern. Now, this is tropicaltidbits.com. They kind of stop here. They kind of tease everybody a little bit. General motion, north a little bit, west northwest. There's that little tug here, a little weakness. The Atlantic high pressure is a little weak, so we're seeing the very good consistency that this is going to stretch a little bit to the north in the next week. So always have been mentioning our friends here in the islands. Virgin Islands is going to be really close. So far it's tracking, it's a little bit north of you, and it's pretty consistent. We don't see a wide spread right here. So confidence is pretty darn good right now on this track. The longer range spaghetti models here, we'll take a look here. Southwest Florida Water Management. This is the question mark. All right, so the Euro right here. This Euro kind of does, I don't want to say the D word, but we all remember what storm kind of stopped, right? There's a high pressure possibly going to come into play here. The European stops our system, kind of gets stuck. It kind of sits there. So, again, 10 days out, forget about it. It's so hard to pinpoint something 10 days out. 7 days out, pretty confidence. This is probably 7 days about right here. This is the big question mark. What's going to happen right here? And that's what we're going to look at too right now. So as you can see, most of the models getting it awfully close to Florida and the Bahamas. And that's going to get everybody edgy this week. Trust me. When these spaghetti models, I've learned from experience, when these spaghetti models start touching Florida, oh my God. People are going to get worked up. So That's what we got. All right, so let's take a look at all the individual models right now real quick. This is always good to do. This is what we like to do. We look at all of them. And like I said, we have consistency. We have this is the wave. If you guys have tapped into us here the last couple of weeks, this was the wave after Invest 90 that came off of Africa that always looked like it had potential. It's sitting in the middle Atlantic right now. We have pretty much every model is predicting this to organize. The Icon, the GFS, the CMC, and the Euro. We'll look at the UK. I haven't even looked at the UK yet. But here's what the latest Euro does. Notice the Atlantic high isn't that strong, so it's going to have some poleward tug to the north. Slow development through the week. And here we go. Here's Friday of next week, sitting just north of the islands. Here's our second wave. We're not going to really focus too much on that one right now. We're going to focus mainly on Invest 91. And as you can see, next Monday, Labor Day, it's getting awfully close here to the Southeast and Bahamas. So this is next Monday. And this is what happens. Let me just keep doing this. Now, very believable scenario here. This is 994 millibar. And in the course of about a day and a half, it goes from 990 to 967 millibar. So we know Western Atlantic hot waters, rapid intensification is very possible, and this is what the Euro is showing the latest run. So it stops 10 days out. This is Tuesday. You can see it just kind of stalls. It almost does a little loop here, and the reason why is this. This has been showing up very well in the models. It's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We've been seeing this. This is, by the way, this is tropicaltidbits.com. We use it all the time. We love it. I got it linked all over the website. But if you're curious, it's tropicaltidbits.com. This is your mid-level steering currents, basically 500 millibar. We learn a lot from the 500 millibar as far as future steering goes. And what's happening is this. All right, so we got a ridge. They call that a ridge. It's high pressure. This is next Sunday. There's a high pressure ridge over top, kind of denying this to go north over the weekend. So low pressures cannot penetrate high pressures, and when we have a high pressure to the north or anywhere, it's got to either go around it or stop. High pressures spin clockwise. The upper level winds of a high pressure spin clockwise. So we'll get some of these winds actually, help move along our system westward. And what we showed last night was this. This right here. Boom. Let's just stop right here. So the Euro indicating high pressure starts to build in, and almost a little bit of a block here. This is H. Stopping our system. Now, 10 days out, nobody's going to make this an official forecast 10 days out. But we're seeing signs that this high pressure is going to mean a lot as far as future steering goes. If this high pressure were to build a little bit more over top and not erode, then it could go a little bit more to the west. As we see right here. Just a couple days before that, high pressure is right above it. This is on, Tuesday. And then a little weakness shows up, maybe allowing this to pull a little north. Now let's go to the Canadian model and show you the difference at the 500 level. Boom. 10 days out, the Canadian model showing an organized system, pretty organized system. But you can see the upper level winds are a little bit different right now. So a lot of confusion here 10 days out. This is the GFS showing a weakness and a recurve. So it's not 100%. We got anything to worry about. It's just scary. It's scary to buy into any upper level winds patterns 7 days out plus. So the chances are definitely increasing that we're going to see possible hurricane moving in towards the Bahamas through the week. and you just, bound to happen sooner or later. Environment is, juicing up a little bit. Here's some of the latest. Here's the icon, 12's the icon. This is what it showed, and you can just see a basic developing system, and that stops on Sunday. Icon doesn't go that far. So Sunday, the icon 995 gets over here 962, 953. So as we've seen in the past, this is a very prime location for some rapid intensification, and we've seen that a lot lately. So there's the icon showing 953. We don't really know the upper level patterns yet on, icon still showing a high pressure ridge here. It's just a little too far to really be able to bet money yet that this is going to recurve, or when it's going to recurve, or if it's going to stop. So there's that. All right, let's go some more. This is the Canadian model, and Canadian's not too bad. Hasn't really done that great this year, but Canadian showed 1,004, and it's developing it too. 991, 980, 981, 970. So what we're and the Canadian kind of stops it right here a little bit. So, but 3 models showing some pretty deep intensification here near the Bahamas. Time frame this weekend into early next week. And then the GFS, I don't even want to show it, but we have to, I guess. So, hey, listen. 0 worries right now, okay? 0 worries. Just be aware. Water temps are hot. Stacey Wilson asked over on YouTube. Phil talks about a Hurricane Gene loop. It could if it hits a high pressure and there's nowhere to go. We remember what happened with Dorian. Mark Hall has the best advice: stock up on beer. And of course, you can do that at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. We didn't mention them this morning. Usually we mention them in the morning. I forgot. ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. You guys know our official sponsor of the Daily Brew, and we love them to death. And obviously our fans do too, because we're talking about them. They're talking about it before me. Elaine Foley, good. How's it going? Elaine, you're up in Ohio, right? Telford says rule number 7. That means you're a Dennis, my buddy Dennis Phillips fan. That's right. Don't panic yet. Drew says fish storm. Could be. Hey. Could be. Chris Crowder. What is that? The Crowder I know. The golf. Yeah, the golf is looking not so bad. Now let me show you the GFS, since we're talking about. Then we're going to go back to Invest 91. So again, bottom line, if you're just tuning in, we got Invest 91. It's got spaghetti models. It's got the attention of most all models now for some intensification through the week. It's kind of heading toward north of the Lesser Antilles. Not 100%, but it's looking very likely to miss out on Puerto Rico, the Hispaniola. We have Invest 92 to the north. There's a weakness in the Bermuda High, so usually that allows a system to pull north a little bit. The question is going to be, how fast does that high pressure build back in, and is it going to take a little bit more westerly track through the week into the weekend, bringing it close to the Bahamas and potentially Florida. So that's where we're at. Could be looking at a hurricane. The last 4 model runs that I just showed all show a hurricane, a pretty strong hurricane. So we could be looking at a rapidly intensifying hurricane. Hopefully it does recurve, and then we'll have to worry about it for Bermuda, because we have a lot of people in Bermuda. But as of now, confidence is building that this thing's going to possibly be something developing down the road. I was a little surprised. The NHC. Let me show you what the NHC was talking about. I was a little surprised about this. Says environmental conditions do not appear conducive for significant development. A tropical depression is likely to form this week. I think you're talking about the next 5 days. Has an ill-defined center, yes, but not according to that wind map that I showed. So I always go by the models, and 4 out of 4 are saying potential hurricane. with potential recurve. I am not a hyper, trust me. As a matter of fact, I just shared this. If I was a hyper, I would not have shared what I'm fixing to show you. You tell me any hyper that's going to share what I just showed. This would be the... that's my live. They're talking to me on Twitter. Let me show you one. Somewhere here. Notifications. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, maybe I didn't do it. I got so many. Oh God, I don't know where it went. Anyway, all right, let's just go find it in real time. I put on Twitter that we hit 50,000 fans. If you're watching this on Twitter, thank you so much. 50,000 was a big number. So thank you, Twitter. Thank you. That was really awesome. So my notification feed is getting lit up with that, not so much this. So here we go. So here is the latest euro. Now look, this is very encouraging for those of you that want a recurve. All right, these are all your 51 members of the European ensembles that came out this afternoon. This is 10-day actually. Let's go just a tick longer. Let's go to 12-day. Because 12-day it would go a little bit farther west. All right, so according to this, we're going to see a lot of chances that this thing recurves, okay? So, hey, maybe this won't affect anybody. Maybe it'll shoot the gap between Bermuda and the U.S. Maybe it'll miss the Bahamas, but I'm telling you, it's just too soon to know, especially when we're dealing with upper level wind patterns that can change quick. Remember Sandy? Many models had it going out to sea. High pressure came in at the last second, and it turned it into the Jersey, New York coastline there. We went boof because high pressure came in. Remember Florence? Everybody said Florence was going to be a fish storm, and high pressure came in at the last second, and it bounced its way all the way to the East Coast. So I don't ever believe upper level winds until at least less than a week out. In the latest euro, like I'm saying, it's starting to pick up on this high pressure building in and really confusing things. So again, back to tropical tidbits. We'll zoom in here towards the Western Atlantic, and you can see what I'm talking about. You can just follow along, and it just kind of stops. Almost goes south a little bit. That's because we have high pressure. Steering currents are non-existent, according to this run. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened when we had Dorian. It's what happened when we had Harvey. Steering currents were very weak, and that's what this model runs. So we'll see. This model will run again overnight, and we'll see. But the euro has always been really, 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 really good with upper level wind patterns. So we'll see. Now back to that GFS before I forget. The GFS. All right. Now we do have this spot here on the N8C. Let me show you right here. This little guy right here. 20%. I have a feeling they're only showing this because of what the GFS is showing. But no other model is showing what the GFS is showing. But the GFS has been showing this all along. Friday. Last week we're talking about this. The 31st, the 1st, we could start to see something brewing here. And the GFS is not backing down. So we have to talk about it. But the GFS is continually to show something developing here and moving into the bay. Now that's important because the high pressure that is expected to kind of come in here and maybe slow down, this is almost the same reason the GFS is showing that. High pressure comes in, this goes this way, this goes that way. But this is what the GFS is showing, and man, look at that. 966, 977. It is in New Mexico. We got people down in Mexico. But like I said, it's the only one showing this. It did pull it a little bit more to the north earlier, closer to Texas. It's not stopped. I don't know why. It is the only model showing this. So I would be irresponsible if I didn't show. Oh, geez. There's Julie making bodily noises again. Who the heck is that calling me? 35. I've seen that number before. Can't answer, buddy. If you're watching my live, sorry. So there you go. So that's the GFS. Back to ensembles. Even the GFS ensembles are barely showing what it's showing on the main operation run. So the chances are just very, very weird looking for that to happen. But we'll look at it. Here's the Gulf of Mexico. Let's look at the GFS ensembles, and you'll see there's a few. There's only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 31 GFS ensembles. The main operational run is showing this, but there's only about 5 or 6 ensembles showing it. When you have high confidence, you would have a lot of ensembles showing some development. So when the main operational run is showing development and only like 5 out of 31 ensembles are showing it, that's not a very good confidence model. So just put it out there. We go back to the GFS, then you'll see high confidence here that there's a lot of the GF members showing development. And red is pretty intense. Blue's hurricanes. Red is borderline major hurricanes. So, the Euro is definitely very high confidence. Out of those 51 members, maybe 40 are showing possible development. So that's why Invest 91 is definitely looking likely to develop. Become. I like to look at this one. Let's go tropical storm, and there you go. Strong signature tropical storm, maybe even hurricane now. First time all year. Yep, little dot right there. But anyways, tropical storm. So there's your path. High confidence, rolling along just north of the islands on Sunday. Sunday. And here's some more spaghetti models. These are on weathermodels.com. Same as Levi's, but showing you the same basic thing. There you go. High confidence. That thing's going west-northwest. That's it. Let's see what else we can talk about. Don't talk about Sandy. I won't. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Panama City. Michelle says the GFS hasn't been great. You are correct. Carol, you're right. It's my Frenchie snoring. Good evening. Yeah, Valerie. Everybody hears the dog. Can you put a Q-tip in his nose or something? Shake him. Move his head a little bit. Launch weather, I haven't even looked, Katrina. Last I heard, it's pretty darn good. There might be other issues, maybe with the rocket. I don't know. Shelly can chime in on that. Water temps are very warm. They're not record warm or nothing, Rose. Actually, believe it or not, the waters are right around normal. So they're hot. They're very hot. The heat potential's there. But as far as normal, they're almost normal. This is the map that you got to worry about. This is the heat potential map. And once a system, whoa, that's really big. Once a system, I almost said something inappropriate there. I'm glad I didn't. Once a storm enters this yellow area, red area, it can really intensify. So our system's beginning to enter this very warm OHC, which is ocean heat content. That's how deep the hot water goes. This is what you look at. Not so much sea surface temperature, but you look at the depth of the waters. And the hotter the waters below the surface, the more storm potential the system has. So this whole area here, very, very, very potent for developing systems. But like I said, listen, brew crew. We're in the mode now that we've got 4 models out of 4 showing a developing possible hurricane. That's something we haven't seen all year. So that I have high confidence that we should see a system trying to develop here. The big question is this high pressure. Does it stop? Does it turn? Does it go a little bit more there? Does it loopy-doop? We've experienced this a lot over the years with systems that for some reason put on the brakes as they approach Florida and turn. Now we got a lot of other people watching too, but I see people chiming in from the Carolinas and different stuff. If this thing does do a recurve, very low likelihood this looks pretty safe. So it would be more, how deep this thing goes, how close it's going to get to the coast. But hey, if you're just looking at odds, the odds are in your favor right now that this is going to recurve. I do want to look at the UK. That's our model we really haven't looked at much this year. So we will look at it now. Let's see if we got a Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean. I guess we'll do Caribbean. Let's see what the UK shows. It only goes out 138 hours. But it's doing what every other model's doing. There's Friday night, 1,002 millibar. It stops at 138 hours. So close enough, close enough to the Northern Islands and Virgin Islands, to watch. But the core, it looks like it's still staying to the north. But this is the UK. So another new link I added here. I've always had this link on here, but I've expanded it a little bit. This is a cool link, the probability map, and then I added the 5-day right here next to it. This one actually breaks it down a little bit more, and you can see individual paths of different models. Like this is the Canadian model, the percentage chances, 84%, 33%, 84 hour, 30%. It's just the plot, it's basically the same as the spaghetti model. It's just kind of neat to look at it differently. This is the Euro 5-day plot. We can expand it out and do longer plots. You could go here and do 168 guidance. This is 168 hours out on the Euro. So like I said, there's a lot of going on here. Here's the UK. So look, this is the UK. This is the Euro. That was the UK again. But they're all showing the same general direction. So it's kind of rare to have high confidence, to tell you the truth. Let's just pull it up on Levi's real quick, and I'll slow down a little bit. But it's kind of rare to see that much high confidence lasting almost past 5 days. This is 5 days right here, 120 hours. Timestamps on these models here, 48 hours, 72, 96, 120, 144, 168. So these models show you timestamps on Levi's site, and you can get a basic idea. If 120 hours from now would be 5 days from now, which is Friday. So a little tidbit from Tropical Tidbit. But high confidence, this thing's going west-northwest. All right, what else we got? So listen, somebody asks, winter's coming. The Navy model should never be shown ever. People talk about ABC. House party, Tim Boland says, house party at Shelley's by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. She's given everybody in our chat room a $100 gift card. But they're all expired. Oh, so anyway, St. Martin, yeah, you're just watching. Let's look at the Navy model for fun. I haven't looked at it in a while. We can look at it on, I think, a lot of different... I do have a direct link to it on the site, but we'll just look at it on Levi's site. So you never look at the NAM model for tropical, ever. Another thing we do have now is these hurricane-specific models. So we have H-Wharf. They only go out 126 hours, but these are really exceptional models to help with intensity. But like I said, they don't go out very far. They only go out 5 days. So we're still in a 5-day window that we're not expecting much. The next 5 days, we're not expecting much development. It's what happens when it gets into the Western Caribbean or Western Atlantic. But as far as the Navy model, let's take a looky at the Navy model. Where the heck is it? North Pacific. There we go. Well, is that the right one? I don't know. Well, we can just zoom in a little more now that we know there's going to be something there. All right. Here's the Navy model. It only goes out to Friday, September 2nd, but it's already showing 991 system north of the islands. So look at that. We have 6 models showing Friday, Saturday, mainly all Friday. We have 6 models Friday, above the islands. That's huge confidence. Huge. But look, hey, ooh, look at that. Looky that. Maybe the GFS isn't so bad after all. This is next Friday. Oh no. 20%. But I'd still with one eye be watching this in lower Texas, Mexico. But anyway, Navy's not that great of a model. But hey, look. Oh, 988. Oh man, look at that. Definitely showing what the GFS is showing. Wow. Interesting. Watch how the GFS... Hey, Louie! I think that pool water is fixing to come out. Julie. They drank the pool. They drank a whole inch off the top of the pool. I don't know how they must have the biggest bladders in the planet. No, they don't have a big bladder because they pee 100 times a day. So what is the best model this year? David Berryhill says Cindy Crawford. Julie says she's old. Oh man, anyway. So the Titanic model. Oh my God, you guys are killing it with the dad jokes. Jessica, listen, that's a great question. She says, why do they make models if you're not supposed to look at them? Well, listen, they haven't been upgraded. That's the thing. They're good models, maybe for rain and they, you can use the NAM for other reasons like rain, frontal lines, storms, but for tropical Genesis, some of the models aren't that great. But hey, the Navy model, hey, I don't know. Kind of showing what the GFS is showing, but it is the only model now that's agreeing with the GFS that we could see something in the Gulf this weekend. So if the GFS is right and me along with everybody else said don't look at it, then nobody in the world is going to trust any model ever again. But this is what the Navy's showing. This is Saturday, a 988 system. So everybody's showing a system here. The big question is going to be this. Does this actually happen? And how far west does this go? And I am so anxious to see the overnight Euro, I might just stay up. This is the time of the year. I hate it because the Euro will be coming out and I'll be like, oh, I can stay up. You get to see how it stops. Look at this. This is what happened with Dorian. It's almost exactly the same setup. This is Monday, and this is Wednesday. So very little movement from Monday to Wednesday. It actually goes south a little bit. This is your Euro. So what's interesting about this main operational run is so many of the Euro ensembles turned, but the main operational run kind of just stalled it out. So very, very confusing weekend models. Like I said, everything's pointing to something right here. This is very, very, very likely we're going to have something here Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Very likely. It's what happens here, how fast it develops, and what kind of upper level weather patterns we have. And that's where we're at. I'm not going to say much more than that because there's not really anything to know. But we are seeing consistency. And if you follow me over the years, I get high confidence when we start to see consistency. Now, here's an interesting little tidbit. This is Invest 92. This is such a weird thing. Invest 92 is north of, and then we're going to talk about the Gulf right now, too. I wanted to bring that up. But this is such a weird thing. So we have Invest 92. Look at this. This is amazing. This is almost a surface low that developed from a middle. Remember we say middle, upper lows sometimes can develop a surface low, and this one's kind of doing it. So it's very odd to see. This is Invest 92 right here. This has got spaghetti models on the site. This is 91, and who knows what they're going to do. Like some of this moisture is getting pulled up into the circulation of 92. It's getting close enough now that you could argue that it's pulling 91 a little north. We could also see some high pressure build up between the two of them, and that's kind of what I'm thinking we're going to see is we're going to see this. We're going to see a temporary move up and then a little bit more that. And that's kind of what the models are showing, is a little bit of pull north and then a little bit more flattening out as this thing goes on by. So I think once 91 clears 92, we're going to see high pressure build in and push it a little bit more west. How far west? I don't know. But anyway, all right, what else we got? And this is the Gulf. We showed it yesterday. Big old persistent line of convection in the Gulf. It's incredible. It's been bubbling for 2 days out there in the Gulf, but there are no signs of pressure drops, and there's no sign of anything spinning out there at all. So very unlikely this is anything to worry about in the Gulf of Mexico. It's just a blob. See, it's kind of attached to an old frontal line a little bit. You can go look at the surface charts and you'll see it. Oh, maybe not, but it's definitely a lingering leftover frontal line, and it's nothing. I mean, we can watch it if you want, but it's not really showing up anywhere. It's got no level circulation anywhere. Just a blob. We call them blobs. We call them blobs. Margaret Doty, thank you. A very impressive convection in the Gulf, Christopher. Yep, we just talked about it right now. Rain event Ken, yes. And I don't even know who's going to get it. I haven't really followed what's going on in the Gulf. I just want to stick to tropics right now. My brain gets fried. We can see if we get... it looks like it's kind of getting pulled back north a little bit. So yeah, look at this. All right, so I'm glad you asked. So now I know. The blob's kind of drifting towards Texas. So the blob is definitely, thought that was it because I looked at the rain maps just now, and it looks like Texas is in for some rain right here. So here's a Texas 5-day. So yeah, so the blob's backing up, and we're gonna have increased rain here through the week, next few days. So the blob, blah 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 blob is backing up into Texas. So the good news for Texas, getting some rain. Let's see what else we can look at. Anything new on the site to talk about? No. So I didn't do a launch forecast, so you're going to have to go somewhere else for that. I don't want to act like I know anything. Hubbard's Marina, what's up, buddy? 3 years old, Hubbard. What do you think? We're going storm chasing, man. Sheila says she heard moist. Hubbard, are you going to go on our cruise, man? We just crossed over. We're over a quarter way now. For all you fans out there, you got to check out our Mike's Weather Page cruise come next March. Got to sign up for it. It's totally. If you're a cruiser, don't want to miss it. Get to hang out with the families of Phil, Shelly, and of course me. We bring in the kids, so kids are allowed. Kids are allowed. Hey, Michael, appreciate that, buddy. Yeah. Thank you there, William. Yep, we're streaming live on YouTube and Twitter now, in case you didn't know it. Show the shear map. Great, Ed. We could do that. Right now, so I'm very impressed right now with the low-level circulation on this map, at least. So we got clear spinach. Good, good signs there that this is trying to organize. I do have other links on here we want to look at. The convection here, this is Weather Nerds. Showed it yesterday. I didn't really show it a lot today, but there's been clear signs of convection today. You can still, you can see some outflow a little bit maybe. You can see rotational underneath all this mess trying to set up. Slowly getting its act together. Very disorganized, but these things take a lot of time to get going. Shear maps currently are this in the middle Atlantic, and we have that upper level disturbance to the north. So it's underneath some shear. A lot of this is, this Invest 92 right here. And here's 91. Can't really see it on this map, but there it is right there. That's 91. So there is some shear. There's some shear coming in from the southwest. This is all wrapping up around Invest 92. So it'll take this to pass, and then it's going to end up, and there's always a window here, it seems like, in the Western Atlantic. So it's got a rough few days ahead. It's got to get through this shear. The models are all expecting it to make it through the shear, and when it clears the shear, Friday, Saturday, the weekend coming up, it might have a window to develop here just north of the islands as it enters the Western Atlantic. I think I probably said Caribbean, Western Atlantic. So yeah, heavy shear right now. Lots of shear in the Atlantic above it. We got other maps for that too. Let's look at shear tendency. A lot of shear right here. This is a good map too. This is kind of where our system's at. It's got to get through all this, but once it gets through all this, this is like Friday right here. So it's got 3 or 4 days of bad weather ahead as far as upper level winds go, and then it can have a window. In a window. So yeah, all right, there's that. Let's look at some vorticity maps, and there's strong low level spinach. This is our 91. 500 millibar is probably not as healthy. Yeah, it's got some too. So this is, a clear sign that's trying to organize. There's 500 millibar and 850 millibar too. So there's good signs. So it's this first system of the year that's actually had a good solid core. And when they have a tight little core that come off of the Cape Verde Islands, they call them Cape Verde seeds. When they come across the Atlantic and they got spinach, they are the ones to watch. I'm telling you. They're the ones that can get sneaky in the old Western Atlantic. So that's it. Nobody should be asking in the United States if they got to worry yet, because it's a watch at this point. I would probably say the Bahamas are a little bit more in that start to worry stage, a little bit, because central western Bahamas, you're kind of getting in that window. And let's go back to Tropical Tidbits. The reason I use Tropical Tidbits, man, he's an awesome dude, and he's always let me use his stuff on the site. So sometimes I share other sites, but we always refer back to Tropical Tidbits because we love them to death. Here's why I'm saying the Bahamas needs to take note. Latest Euro, getting very, 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 very close. This is next Tuesday, next Wednesday. The latest Canadian model kind of stops, but it's close enough to wonder. Icon doesn't go out that far. However, it does show a track that it's trying to possibly... I don't see any sign of stopping. I don't see any sign yet of slowing down. So, again, it's on approach. This is next Sunday on the Icon. So, anybody U.S. worry? No, at this point. But if I was in the middle, Western Bahamas there, I would be thinking probably to myself, okay, let's just make sure everything's in line right now, because the models are getting a little closer and closer. And I guess this whole Gulf thing is not 100% out of guaranteed yet that the GFS is wrong, because we do have the Navy model. But nobody uses the Navy model, so I don't know. I don't want to know. But, all right. And then that's it. I don't really like any other model. I don't even know the JMA model really use that. But there you go. It's kind of pulling itself. This is the JMA. I'm not even sure what the heck it stands for. Jamaican man. Jamaican man. No disrespect to the JMA model. I've never used it before. Oh my goodness. So anyway, Maine is watching. Linda, hey, that's all right. Shoot down some lobsters, will you? Oh no, wait a minute. I am not. I called Drew Garabo. That's right. I called Drew Garabo, Jim. There's a big problem with the world, Jim, right now. Is there's a lot of fake pages that pop up, and it's really getting some big dog meteorologists worked up because they pose as a real page and they message people and, they make it look like your page. But yeah, no, I'm the one that calls Drew. John Sinning, Drew Garabo are my buds. We have the tropical juice. And I'm sure they're going to probably have me on this week. So I hope I'm a regular there, Jim. I know John Sinning follows a lot. Yo, Hal, man, I hope you're doing good, buddy. Cannot wait for our cruise. March 2023. We got the whole month of September to get ready for the tropics. All right, anything else going on? Had a lot of new people on the app today. I really appreciate it. The app takes a lot of work, costs a lot of money too, but I do send notifications out on the app whenever there's a system, whenever things get updated, let people know that we have an invest. So people like that, notifications, and you can watch the brew crew, the Daily Brew. You can watch the Daily Brew on there. A lot of that stuff you subscribe to, but it is free just to open up the website, which I never had before. This is the first time this year I figured out a way to make the website at least free, so you can download it and view the website via the app, which some people really like too. So thank you for that. Thanks to all the new Brew Crew people, subscribers. We're 1 year old on our Brew Crew, so that's really cool. Shelly spends a lot of time on that, making sure you get all your perks. Her and Julie work together on the Cat 5, so just be patient. It doesn't happen right away, but we do a lot of fun perks for our subscribers. Mail and T-shirts, Christmas cards, koozies, calendars, text alert services with your phone, Google Calendar reminders. We try to give everybody a lot because you guys help support the page, so that really means a lot. Daytona was phenomenal. Just got done watching that. I'm not going to tell anybody how it happened, but it was a good race. I had a good time Friday. We were at the Xfinity race. Bailey Curry got in a little wreck at the end, but our other buddy Ryan Vargas got a top 6. He was so excited. We're working hard maybe to have a car in February. Hoping it's ready to go. We just got to come up with sponsors. So, but the idea is a hurricane themed race car in the Xfinity Series. Speed Week is huge. Having a tent, all week long, hurricane preparedness for the state of Florida, giving away stuff. I do driver appearances with me. I'd love to get EOC, Red Cross, some of our other bigger sponsors we're talking to. So we could be looking at a hurricane-themed race car at Daytona for Speed Weeks. Fingers crossed. So any bigger companies out there in the storm business that might be interested, shoot us an email. So, all right. That's it. The website has everything on it. Don't forget, I got some cool things on here. You can click here, the NOAA audio. Look, this is my favorite thing on this website now. It's embedded. You can listen to the tropical outlook.
Issued at 1:32 p.m.
Comes out at 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Caribbean Sea,
you can hit that button.
Mexico, Central Tropical Atlantic. Recent satellite derived.
Go to the bathroom. All good things happen when you're sitting in the bathroom. All right, so hey, listen, we'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live all week. We might be doing lives all night. That's what we do. We went live through the winter. We went live through spring. But when there's a system out there, you can count on it. We'll be live. We'll probably stick to this 5-6 o'clock at PM thing. We'll let everybody know. But definitely in the mornings, we're live as always, 9:19 in the morning, Eastern time. And we got a new set of models coming out overnight. The 00Z models will be coming out, and we'll see what kind of trends. We're getting in that window time frame that we can really start to see if these things start to touch the southeast U.S. or not. So kind of in a weird couple-day window here to see what kind of steering patterns we're going to be in for as this thing approaches. But it's decent circulation. You can kind of see it wrapping together. But again, most models aren't showing any sort of organization until here, which would probably be sometime around Friday. So not expected to do much until maybe this weekend. And then the big question is going to be what happens here, as always. It seems like it's always the big question for Florida. in the Bahamas and the East Coast. We've had so many systems do that. Melissa, have a great night too. Yes. Anybody's account's not active yet. It takes time. I'm sorry. We get it. You know, I think Richard for sure. I think by the weekend we could see Danielle. Next NAC update is at 8 p.m. Correct, Michael? Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree, Michael. Trent Hogg. Hey, Trent Hogg, what's up? A rare nighttime appearance. Kim King, what's up? Kim King, been with us a lot of years. Tammy Harvick, good night. Linda, Miss Crayon Girl. My Halloween buddy. Lisa, love it, thank you. Dale, have a great night. Euro updates around 2:30 in the morning, Eastern. No products on Amazon. What products? I don't have any products, I don't think. Hurricane car. Yes, Tammy, we hope so. Met the crew from Havana Brissa too, by the way. A Ron Rice product for sure. But these folks were at Daytona. Very nice family. Was so happy to meet them at Daytona at the race last weekend. So that was cool. Florida. Good little company there. So Johnny, thank you, buddy. Hope the launch is a great success tomorrow morning. Weather, I believe, is not going to be too bad because all the bad weather is happening now. So hopefully we have a window in the morning of well, let's just look. Why not? Let's look at the latest HRR. This is pretty high accurate. Oh man, that's big. That's not the one I wanted. This is a highly accurate when it comes to within 12 hours. So let's take a look here at the flow tomorrow for Florida and see what we're looking at. So things kind of die down a little bit overnight as expected. And in the morning time, you know, there could be a couple little things out there. Here's 6 in the morning. You know, I mean 9 in the morning. There, you know, there's you know, not a lot. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Most of this could be out over the Atlantic. So far, there's nothing organized. There's nothing, you know, tropical-ish that's going to linger. We just got, you know, very isolated, random, you know, in the morning. So far, it doesn't look bad. I think I read there was an 80% likelihood of a launch for weather. Is that correct? Shelly, what happened to those pages you used to have? What is the percentage at? It's about 80%. Golf, Jennifer, is very unlikely. There's another one of them random sneezes I got to deal with. Why can't you women just hold your sneezes? It's so easy. If I don't want to sneeze, I just don't sneeze.
It's not healthy.
Not healthy.
You gotta let them out.
Gotta let them out, whatever. Oh, hey, Dad Man Walking, good afternoon. Bless you. There, you just got a few bless yous, Dale.
Keep in mind, most of your people are women and they side with me.
Yeah, most of my people. Cynthia, it could be another Matthew as far as hugging the coast there, yes. We've had a lot of coastal huggers. Night, Yoel. Richard, I do believe, oh, we already said that. Yeah, I do believe we could see looking at Danielle. Models run every 6 hours, Larry says. Correct. Everybody's bless you. Kim says that she sneezed at the same time. That's weird. Hunter Morris has got a question. Let's hear it, Hunter. What's up, Charleston? How's it going, David? Hunter, come here. Come here. Let's close it. Let's close the show with Hunter. Christopher, good question on the westward shift and the flow of the Bermuda High. It's more of this high building in between our disturbance in the Gulf and Invest 91. There's a high pressure that looks like it's going to start building in over Florida. And that is going to be the ultimate steering mechanism. This is Sunday. A little too early in the game yet, but I wonder if Wendy shows it. Wendy's a good little model here. Oh, it'll go to Tuesday. Oosh, look at that. That's what it would look like. Look how close it could be. And again, I get the same comments from everybody. Is Windy a good model? It's not a model. The Windy and what's the other one? Ventusky or something. All they do is use. This is just the euro. When you open up Windy, it's the euro. So it's not. Windy doesn't have its own model. It's just a different way of looking at the euro and the GFS and the icon and what's so forth. So this is 10 days out. This is the latest euro. It'll change. But what we're watching is this high pressure. If it builds in over Florida, if this thing stops, if it goes a little farther, if the high weakens, if the high is stronger and pushes it, it could turn out. It could stop. It could come here. I mean, we get these systems so close. Sometimes it just pull. You pull your hair out of your head because you're just like the scenarios. But what we do have high confidence with is that most all models are showing a developing system past the Lesser Antilles north. It's not going to hit the Lesser Antilles likely. But once it passes west of that, most models are showing development. That's high confidence. It's just a matter of this is next Tuesday. I mean, that's pretty darn close to, things. GFS next Tuesday, a little farther out. So anyway, but like I said, we're looking at upper level winds. We're looking at high pressure building in, and you can kind of see it here a little bit. This is hot. This is your 500 millibar, but high pressures could be building in here, pushing down. This ultimately, if something were to come across, which the NAM showing, the Navy showing now along with the GFS. But this high is building in, and that's what could be the blocker, the turner of our system. But hey, that might change by tomorrow. That's where we're at now. That's why I say past 7 days, it's almost impossible to predict with accuracy this. Let me show you this one thing before we leave, because this most recent memory of a system that defied all rules and keeps everybody humble was Florence. And Florence did everything opposite than what it was supposed to do. When it first came off of Africa, almost every forecaster said that this was going to be a recurve. One point, here's some spaghetti models I found. Early models, you can see this. This is very interesting. Early models on Florence. It looked like maybe more of them suggested a turn than heading east. So early on in our what was that? I always do that. Early on, Florence, high chances of a recurve. It didn't do that. It crossed over 78, 79 degrees water, and it turned into a Category 3, Category 4 for a brief moment over some pretty cool water. Had a lot of dry air to the south. Had a lot of wind shear to the north. But yet, it hopped along and made it all the way to the Atlantic, even though at one time it looked like it was going to recurve. So like I said, you can't always go all in. In fact, let's take a look at ensembles. I haven't really looked at these. Oh, why aren't they on there yet? Oh, that's 92, 91. 91 ensembles. Here we go. 91 ensembles. All right, so there you go. GFS, like I said, there's a couple random ones. And like we already showed the Euro, there's only a couple that keep it going towards Florida. So anyway, if you had to put your money on one or the other, right now there's more confidence of a recurve. If you had to pick one, so, and that would be past 7 days. Again, time frame: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So if you're curious, it could be somewhere around here on Labor Day. And I got Jack and Coke waiting for me, right? The girls want to go eat. So anyway, all right. PTC, Larry Rubin asked the question. Well, because the NHC doesn't have it as having a well-defined center over a well-defined center yet, is what they're saying. So they're not seeing it yet, meaning they're not confident probably in giving it an exact center location because it's kind of broad. And it's got a lot of wind shear ahead. So they're probably just being on the safe side, thinking that being a broad low, you can have little center relocations along the journey because it's going to be entering wind shear. And sometimes when you have wind shear come across, you'll get a new center relocation. So until they see a good established center, and you can read a lot in their wording, and it's only 70% right now too. So they're not 100% confident yet. So they're just wanting to see a little bit more solid circulation. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of wind shear ahead, all wrapping in around this little guy here. This is into S92. So this is definitely a player in the short term. But once it gets into this window right here is when it's on. So anyway, all right. No peel and eat trip, Yohel. If it comes to South Florida, I'm coming to see you, buddy. Maybe I'll try my first cigar with you ever. What comment, Shelly? To go eat? All right, well, anyway, we'll be live in the morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always. Thanks for all the support. And I know we got a lot of people coming back that haven't been with us a lot. We're still here doing our thing. We'll make sure to show Hunter in the morning. We try to alternate the dogs a little bit, get right to the point. So we'll show Hunter in the morning. All right? Thanks. We'll see you.